Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Duskers. So, several people asked for it after the, look at review of the press build that was done last week. And then I was out of town for the actual launch of the game. You'll notice fancy, actually can use my mouse, version 1.0 down here. I'm actually kind of excited to play. I've got like 12 hours in the press build, but this will be the first time that I'm actually going to be going into the 1.0 version of the game, and I figured we'll do at least a short Let's Play series on the game. It can, basically with it being a roguelike, I mean, the game could go forever, so we're probably not going to spend forever times on it, but we're certainly going to try to get our fill here. There's not really much to do except jump into play game. I don't think I need to take the drone operators training first, as I probably know what I'm doing. So we'll let it go ahead and build us a new universe, and then we'll dive right in. I might also check out some of the challenges. I did a couple of the daily runs prior to launch, and they were fun. Some of them murderized me immediately. But some of them were quite puzzle-like and engaging, and that was pretty cool. I'm a fan of anything with that kind of daily challenge. I think adds a lot to the replayability. So, of course, we could initiate an emergency distress sequence. I think I'm going to skip that, as it doesn't generally turn into anything good, as we basically just learned that nobody responds. Yeah, there's an externally modified log detected. Let's go ahead and read that. Got our objectives, of course: gather intel and logs from derelict spacecraft, gather resources necessary for survival, search for survivors. Fair enough. Now, I'm not going to spend a ton of time tutorializing every element of the game. If you'd like that, maybe go take a look at the previous video where I spent a little bit more time doing that. Instead, so a salvage C, a government C. And it looks like, yeah, okay. This one has no infestation types, so it's certainly going to be our sort of tutorial mission. We've got a loadout, motion sensors, generator, tow, and interface. That seems fairly decent. And we'll just see what there is to be seen. Okay. No uncorrupted communications in the archive. Fair. I don't think we're going to be looking to try to commandeer this kind of ship, so not too worried there. It's also been, a week or so since I've played this, a little bit longer, in fact. So hopefully I'm not too rusty. I imagine I should pick things back up relatively quick. We'll just hit the generator, get back to 1. Get in here and do a gather all. Now, I do know, since this is the very first ship that we're coming across, and because the game was kind enough to tell us that there were no infections. That's not what it calls them, right? There were no threats aboard the ship. We know that from our initial scan, so I don't have to be terribly careful picking around out here, and can just sort of explore. You know what, since he's got the tow, he'd probably be the best one to info this. Can't use tow undestroyed. Interesting. He has a teleport and a shield. I'm actually kind of excited about the shield more than anything. Anything else you would need to interface with, or are we just going to be gathering? Fuel access point, that's nice. I think we're just going to be gathering here. Yeah, more gathery stuff. Okay. Just open all the doors. Yeah. And then, I'm going to pop back over to 1, and I do want to go ahead and come in here to swap so I can make sure to grab these shields. But then I think it's just a matter of fancy shields. So I assume Mouse has just basically gained 500 like extra health, which is pretty cool. If I could maybe build out like a real combat drone that had like a weapon and a shield, I'd be pretty okay with that. No jump cells, no propulsion. That was a pretty lame fuel access point, if I do say so myself. And then this should be just our final thing to gather up. And now it's just to navigate all R1. Get everybody back aboard. Close our airlock, which we don't actually have to do, and exit back to the mothership. Alright. We got a little bit of scrap for... man, that's actually kind of a crummy... well, double-edged sword there, right? Scrap and fuel were both very disappointing on that opening ship, but the shield and teleport might prove really valuable in the future. So who knows, maybe it was a pretty good haul and I'm just not admitting it to myself. Infestation types, not infections, infestations. Okay. With 6 propulsion fuel, we should basically just have enough to just kind of clear out the sector. So we'll go ahead and move on. I might actually want to play with loadouts a little bit here. So you're going to be motion sensing. Let's get rid of the shield. And then I think I'm going to trade teleporters for the shield. And then Cliff here with the generator and the teleport. I might be able to do something really clever with that. Like if I, for some reason, can't get through a room due to an enemy, I might be able to teleport around it. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen teleport before. I've spent a few hours of the game, but obviously have not encountered everything. So also, look at it. Okay, so notice shields have a failure probability of 18.8, and it is highlighted in yellow. That is just due to sort of its condition. Maybe before we do any boarding actions, let's take a look at what would this cost to repair. Shield recharges, but it's lower health. Well, that's and a radiation-proof shield. That's crazy. Could we... I wonder if we could radiation-proof a drone and then... I don't have enough to upgrade either, or to repair either way. I wonder if we could radiation-proof drones and then like... no. And then intentionally bombard the ship with radiation, like just open its airlocks and vent radiation onto it, then come on with our radiation-proof drones and just not care. That would be crazy. So this one did, of course, have some communication logs found. Captain's Surveyor Redline. The Surveyor ship Redline completed its 25th hyperjump as of 1600 hours. This, our 10th system visited since leaving Earth, all of and extensively mapped. Our master cartographer is currently processing our 8th and 9th systems. Compiled maps should be ready to send back to control for client distribution soon. We expect our 10th system to take around 110 weeks to survey effective last survey before returning back to Earth. It's going to be a welcome trip home. Okay, so a survey ship. They had just completed 9 surveys. Their 10th one going to take about 2 years, and then they were going to be heading back to Earth. Of course, that mission never got completed. All right, so what do we have here? A1, and we'll jump right into 2, our generator. Now, there's actually a toggleable option. It's on by default and I am probably of a mind to leave it on. That makes this opening room relatively safe. I don't know what that means as far as relatively, 90% safe. But it prevents you from running across ships where... Oh boy. Right, not powered. Running across ships where you just can't do anything. Like you board them and... and kind of immediately find that you're not able to proceed. You just come inside, you don't have the tools necessary. Maybe there's no power and there's locked doors. You don't have... I believe it's pry that I'm thinking of that can open a closed door even when it doesn't have power. So there are kind of always ways around it, but sometimes you're not going to have them. Okay, so we're detecting motion in R2 there. I'll tell you what, let's get into Vinny, our mobbed up drone here, but he does have shields, and that's primarily what I'm concerned about at the moment. We've also got some power down here. Kind of looking for interfaces where, maybe there's a drone we might want to get to eventually. I'm primarily looking for interfaces where maybe there's a weapon system we can turn on or something of that nature. Not seen it yet, though. Tell you what, we're gonna do this. Stop our motion sensing. We'll come up here and gather everything up. Then we might just be able to get whatever is moving to come into this room. As long as we don't intend to commandeer the ship, we don't have an imperative to actually eliminate whatever is on board. So once that's been all cleared out, the only question I don't have answered is whether or not there's a room past door 3 there that maybe I'm going to want to get into. Let's go ahead and navigate 1 down to R4 and then give a gather all command. And then once we've done that, we're at least going to have power 2d10. So what, navigate all to R4 and then generator. But are we going to be able to access a D5 from down here? That's a good question. Doesn't look like we will. Well, motion. Alright, it's only in the center room. Well, let's do this. Let's open D6 and then pop back into 1 due to its ability to gather. I am maybe taking for granted, sometimes there are things that just don't move and they lie in wait to murder you only once you walk in. Oops. I think we typically tend to encounter those a little bit later on, but I don't know that there's any guarantee of that. So let's just come in here, D6. We can come back up to here, turn on our motion sensor again, and then open D7. We'll just wait for whatever is in there to move. And with that taken care of, hop back into 1, turn off our motion sensors, and come inside. What's up with Luke here? Right. We do have... So he's not destroyed, he's just disabled, so we can always tow him. And I mean, we're never not gonna do that. I don't see any scenario in which you would just be like, I'm not gonna bother towing the drone back. They're worth scrap if nothing else. So let's get into here and we'll just get him up. Have him hook up the tow, and then have navigate all back to R1. And once everybody arrives in tip-top shape, we'll just be able to give our exit command and undock from here. Maybe. Nope. Huh. Well, unfortunately, we're not perfect AI. The Toad Luke was causing a little bit of a traffic jam there. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Certainly a better haul of scrap. I got some propulsion fuel that's actually not very useful to us. We're going to have enough propulsion fuel to cover this entire sector. But I didn't look at Luke. He has a generator as well as stealth. The generator is fine. We've already got one. I don't know that a second one will be super necessary, but stealth could come in very handy. Maybe even stealth on a generator drone. Again, looking to push them past areas of danger and hook up another generator. That could be kind of cool. All right, we don't really need to access the modifications menu. It's right here. Luke is super damaged though, so you know what? Let's do a full repair on Luke, and then we'll execute that. He's got 110 HP, which is actually quite nice. And missions used for that hasn't gone up, has it? Like it says, I didn't use it on that mission. It yeah, missions used 0. Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't just that I was deploying them that was causing damage. So I can feel free to take them. If I don't use them, they don't take any damage. Cool, cool. As I was saying, the propulsion's not really going to be necessary, as I think we're going to manage to do this with the amount we have left without too much of an issue. And control. There we go. So we've got all 4 of these guys. I'm actually going to keep generator and stealth. Like, I don't know, maybe that comes in some kind of handy. What's the alternative? We stealth our gatherer? That'd be the only other thing I could really see doing, so that even if we know there's a danger, maybe, yeah, that sounds like a terrible plan. Now that I think about it, we try to go in anyway. The stealth doesn't last forever, and it sounds like a recipe for disaster. That we would intentionally be in a room with something dangerous. Alright, government ship, not too much of interest in their logs so far. Alright, so Luke, you're close to the door, man. Just, why don't you go ahead and go in, and we'll go ahead and get our generator cooking, and then take a quick look at the map. Alright, I think a motion scan here from Mouse. Love some of these drone names, by the way. Super cool. Alright. So what is that? The yellow, I'm not super sure on. I think it is like we didn't successfully scan. Like we're not sure what's in there. Red has motion, green is clear, yellow is like, I don't know, man, maybe. It was an unscannable room, or we failed to scan it. I don't know if that failure rate is in any way dependent on like the damage maybe that the module's taken. That could be what it's doing. I'm gonna go ahead and peek down here since we failed to scan it. Very tiny room. Okay. We know we've got danger in there, and let's see. So if we could clear R2 of anything of use, we could then like herd whatever is moving in there. Okay. Just a drone. Looks like a pretty damaged drone as well. Has speed boost. It has stun. So we're going to want to grab cliff. Why not? We're going to want to grab drones that have some open modification slots. So we'll do this. Have you grab speed boost. And move out of there. And actually, let's just go ahead and move ourselves out of there. And then mouse, it's all up to you. Get mouse in there, grab the final modification, and then seal off room 2. Good to go. Come back out. D4 it. And then we'll turn on our motion sensors again. Open up D8. And even if we can't scan the adjacent room, when motion stops in R5, we'll know that they've moved. So that means D5 can go ahead and open up. Ugh, little bit of camera interference there. It's okay though. We're in the post-apocalyptic world. I guess we can't expect technology to always be reliable. Oh, that's a gun. Ah, okay. So, I keep gatoring instead of gathering. All right. So there is a weapon in here. That is interesting. So there's likely going to be an interface somewhere that would allow us to maybe herd stuff into this central area and then murderize it. Alright, we've got some clear rooms coming up. Oh. Let me think about this for a second. So why did I close that door? Well, I scanned motion. Yeah, we did that, right? So that's a little bit frightening. I scanned. Okay. So I scanned motion in there, and that's another one of those instances of maybe a. It could be. I'll tell you what it could be. That there's something like patrolling back and forth. And maybe it's going in and out of the room, which is why there's sometimes motion there, sometimes not. I am going to be kind of thankful for the double generators. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll wait for him to leave and we'll go ahead and close off room 8 there by closing D6. Oh, okay. It stuttered momentarily. I bet he was caught in the door, and he probably didn't enjoy getting the door shut on him very much. We have quite a bit of resources in here. This is also our fuel access point. The thing we haven't seen yet is the ship interface that could turn that gun on for us. Alright. I'll tell you what. We don't need the motion scanners right now. We can come in, give a gather all. Not gator all. Wow. I'm gonna keep doing that apparently. Let's give a gather all command and then navigate. Navigate 3 to room 6. Navigate 1 to room 6. We did gain not just one propulsion, but a jump drive as well, or jump cell as well. That's actually pretty awesome. Now, what do I want to do here? Let's go back into 1. Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna motion from here, and then we're gonna D6, We're going to wait and get this guy in the adjacent room. I might as well D8 at the same time. We're going to clear that top hallway effectively. So we'll go D6, D8, perfect, D4. Navigate 1 to room 2. Maybe. Maybe not. Navigate. Oh, God. No, 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 no. 4. Oh, God. I responded very, very slowly to that. Okay. D3, close. Oh, man. Did I had D5 open. Oh, my God, I'm an idiot. Okay. That is terrifying, actually. Alright, we'll get our motion scanners back on here, and... I'm waiting for it to patrol back in, and then what do I need to do? I need to get everybody out of Cliff's way. That's the first thing I need to do. Now, Cliff. Teleport. Teleport. Help. Teleport. There we go. Teleport drone to our room. Okay. Okay. Teleport R3. Then generator. Then D5. Of course we... Oh, I can't do it. Okay. Teleport to R6. Generator. What do you mean? Oh, because multiple that's what did it to me. Okay. Teleport R3. R3. Then 2 generator. Right? Hold on. Help generator. Also generator on off. That's not super helpful from a syntax perspective. Okay. Teleport R3. Then generator 2. Then D5. And then take a deep breath and prepare for some exhilaration, right? So I hope everybody sees what is expected to happen here. I'm going to teleport into the room. I'm going to immediately hit the generator to turn on the door 5 and then try to seal that thing in there. I can't believe I totally missed that I left door 5 open. That is crazy ridiculous. That I don't know why that final D5 didn't take. All right, D3. Navigate 1, 3 to R2. Actually, I don't really even need to do that. I'm probably going to jump into Vinny here, and instead of doing that, I'm going to have him not TW, but tow. I'm going to have him tow Luke back out of here. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, we just got Luke, right? Like, we're not in a lot of worse shape than we were just a little while ago. We're certainly D7. We're certainly in a little bit worse shape as we used some scrap to repair him, but hopefully that is not the end of the world. Really, So there just is no interface to scrap it. There just is no interface to that gun anywhere on board the ship. That's surprising to me, to say the least. We'll then be able to navigate everybody back. Luke, a little bit worse for wear. And hopefully that is our only screw up for a while. We did get some propulsion fuel. We got some jump fuel, some scrap collected. We survived for 5 days. However, Luke was disabled. Got stunned, got speed boost 1. Fair enough. With the amount of scrap we have... I'm going to go ahead and get him back online, but that's going to be it. And then we'll take a look at the final ship of the sector, the Artorias. Oh, man. Luke, you're damaged, but a generator drone is kind of always helpful. I'm going to go ahead and take off the stun and the speed boost, as I don't see them as particularly helpful. And then beyond that, we'll go ahead and deploy. Unknown derelict. Scanning. Dormant drone found in room R2. That's cool. Updating schematic. Alright. Hull integrity is good. Ship name, the Artorias. It was a Class B barge. Directive was general transport of commercial goods with 5 crew. Partially distorted log. Orbital station DD-49 has successfully deployed into orbit. We are industrial services will be up and running within the next 3 days. Manufacturing of B-class molecular assemblers will be the first deduction, with an estimate shipment of produce to depart 3 weeks after. A further orbital industrial process will be conducted with Leyland at the time of departure. Just sign off on the new Muteki chip set that came in yesterday. We will be ready to go. Okay. No real clues yet to the destruction of the universe. Hopefully we'll see some of those soon. I don't think we really got any of that in the first video that I did on Duskers, but I felt like, you know, I didn't get very far into the game before that stuff started to sort of flow. So I'm not expecting it to take forever. Let's just shut D15. Now I'm all super nervous all the time, right? Let's get our motion scanner out here from mouse, and maybe gonna come to... Here seems pretty good. We don't want to block the door, but just like right next to it. Okay. Can't scan R4. So I'm gonna get Vinny. He does have shields, so of all of our drones, he's sort of the best one to send in on these dangerous sort of exploratory missions. And we found another generator. So let's navigate Cliff down to... Oh, is that R7? No. 3. Get off the... That is R4. There we go. Navigate 2 to R4. And then we'll have him hook up to the generator there, power up a bit more of the ship. Generator 2. Okay. Let's jump back onto Vinny. I'm going to go ahead and clear out... Oh, yeah, that actually works out pretty well. Go ahead and clear out anything in here. Okay. Ian is actually salvageable. So we're going to hook him up to tow. That is perfect. That's actually the only thing to get out of this room is the salvageable drone. Vinny is able to do that. And then what we can do is herd whatever is moving down there and then blow the airlock. That'll work for me. So we're going to open up D12. We're going to wait for whatever is moving around to stop. And then we're just going to toggle airlock 2. Can't really do that. Okay. I was hoping, you know, A2 semicolon A2 would just give me a quick open and close. It didn't work out that way. Blowing the airlock did destroy door 4. That may have no consequence whatsoever. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Alright, with Ian safely deposited, we're going to move Vinny over this way, and we have scanned this room. Ship upgrade. Recommended command info. Awesome. We're going to be able to tow this guy. So we're going to see our first ship upgrade put onto our own ship, which I'm pretty stoked about. Remote power is okay. It can kind of be used to do the same thing, you know, that I was planning on doing with a teleporting generator, in that you can move a little bit of power into like a room that you otherwise would not be able to power just from your ship. Just hook our heads down here. It's actually played safe. Closed doors behind us. We've got a fuel access point. We should be pretty safe in here as access terminal, recommended command interface. Nice. That actually probably means the maybe easier way to solve this puzzle. Herd them into R5 and then use the gun that we are likely going to be able to activate. Yeah, I couldn't scan there. New items found. New items. New items. Man. Yeah, look at all that cool stuff, huh? Alright, alright. What else we got? Just defense. Activate or deactivate. Okay. Mouse. Why don't you do a bit more scanning for it? Oh. I never even had you gather the scrap that was right next to you. Okay. Now, let's come down here. Gather that. As long as we're nearby, and then have you motion scan, not moten, but motion scan again. Okay, and that tells us that D14 is clear. Can't see into room 8. D12. Navigate 3 into room 2, and then 1, 14, and we'll have mouse gather all. Okay. Here's a part that worries me a little bit. 13. Anything else down here? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's something in there. Can't quite scan it, huh? All right, and then well, that's really interesting. Since we broke the door, even if it moves, we oh god. Ooh. That was a little bit scary. That was a lot of it scary. Not generator, not motion. Cliff. Can teleport. Okay, what are we doing? I know what we're doing. We're gonna bring mouse up to cliff. We're gonna give a swap command. We're gonna grab the teleport from cliff. And then I'm gonna have mouse teleport into R9. Perfect. Gather all. Also perfect. And then we're going to teleport back to R3. Navigate. Don't have a clear path. D10. Navigate all. R1. Now let's bug out of here. Okay. Well, that went significantly better than the last time, even though maybe it shouldn't have. Actually, I just noticed on it was probably the ship scan or just me being a little bit careless and overlooking it. But I saw there's some scrap right there. Not gator, not gator. Gather. What? Okay. Oh, I guess I just never gave the command if there was both. Propulsion fuel, not as useful as you might think. Again, we're done with propulsion. Jump fuel would have, or jump cell would have been really good, but it just was not to be. Yeah, everybody else is already up there. Once they arrive, we'll be getting out while the getting's good. All right, and 7 scrap. They survived 7. Added sonic, added stealth. Got another stealth upgrade. Also got remote power, which I feel like is probably going to be the best thing to come out of that. Ship config installs remote power. Awesome. And then everything in this sector has been explored. To the galaxy we go. Equal distance away. We'll probably be heading to sector Z, Zulu, Z, whatever we would like to refer to it as. We'll probably be heading over there next, but I think that can wait for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, especially with a new series. Please share your support. Feel free to share the video. That's probably the most important thing you could do for me, is if you liked it and you know somebody that you think would like it, I would be absolutely thrilled if you would say, hey, you should check out Reddit Math on YouTube. He's got some pretty awesome stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe. More content on the channel every day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.